Welcome to another episode of Rotation Time. Complex. Silence. Breath. Simple. So, yeah, it's actually well, ongoing continuation of life, the fourth recording in a way. I played a bit with, there were some requests coming, so I'm playing around. Let's see where it goes today. There were some questions, and as I address here and there, we'll go here and there. The rotation time was a bit to use the four coins, figures of speech, complex, simple, breath, silent. And it happens to be, or not, that in this app software that I developed for my own joy with mental language, that I I connected it. It started from the interest and the journey through human design, and from there getting to the yin and yang, the I Ching combinations, the complex aspect, so called. It's in a way even a breadth of that. It can be addressed in different ways depending on where we look at or what we look at. That taking the human design information, digesting it physically for and mentally for the past 7+ years, and I'll address I don't know meditation as a part of it, as the Q&A that I often address, Q&A or SNA in human designish, so called. And the four coins are really about it's regardless even of the yin yang constellation, or yin yin, or yang yang, or yang yin, or the other way around, where it's interesting. Here it's, you can go yin yang yang yin. Here it's yin 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 as you look at it, yang 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 yang, and yin yang yang yin. Interesting with these notions. And I actually last year went at it from taking the info from human design, after this journey addressing human design and decisions and the aura and the mental info going hand in hand, that I placed it about in I don't know meditation shop, where I was addressing it's always long stories with this mind that goes through me, but in a 7-month unplanned experiment where there were two paradigms of so-called mind looked at it like that, renting a shop in Arnhem, Holland, for 1,600 euros, because, and then oftentimes it goes because the sacral responded, in my case, what I call the silent aura, the black hole, even though I speak and I express the aura itself in what human design brought, and I still adopt, or the thought for a moment still believes in that. So it was going into this shop physically in a street and all of that, and all this game of money with this paradigm of, okay, human design-ish response, and printing the chart, putting it in the front door, the attraction to the chart, here kind of more empty. It's filled, but it's not with taking birth data, taking the complex realm, chasing for the because we can, the birth time and the accuracy of it, and it's 1700, or it's no, it's 1900 and it's 1858. I enjoy this journey. I go about it no questions, and I just went into it. And then putting a big sign, I don't know meditation. So because people first socializing communication is what is going on here? What do you do here? Whether they see just me walking down the street singing do, we'll address the questions. It started from I trust the AOT, the Associations of Thoughts, and going at the George Carlin Reddit post, human design, connecting it to Rao Ruhu, and maybe Krishnamurti, maybe later Sadhguru. We'll see what the moment bring, always with introduction until I die. So this shop was so-called, the mind kind of identified two paradigms that, okay, I move, body moves, it moves, and the theme of responses, so already getting acquainted with design, human design, the language within English, within Hebrew, within Dutch, within the mental realm, and whatever, okay, the living your design certified, so maybe teaching that, but I was already for years, what came out of me, I was bringing wherever and however I went, and human design was no different in that, although it did stamp something very clear on my path. And I don't know, meditation was the notion that many people, the habitual way was to communicate through questions, because. The second step to that is an answer, is like this. Passing thoughts, past thoughts, gone. Stories. Even if we speak in English and address that, put a word that presumes to be of the future. This will be done. I will speak this. I will come. How future tense operates, and present. I am coming. Or past, I came, I was this, I am, and I am a manifesting generator, I was a manifesting generator, I will be, all of this, and I kind of go through it still, as maybe this will lead to the quarter of mind and the description, the cross of Sleeping Phoenix, quarter of mind, that I was born when mind attempts to hook acoustically now and express thoughts, as well as in the written language, convey the this and that, go through the this and that, this or that, and so on and so forth. So in this shop, it's really, I went already with it a couple of years where many ideas were streaming, and life has been happening, a present progressive in a way. Present progressive, and has been present, all this English grammar. And I noticed that at a certain point I was asked questions, especially in the realm of open questions, and I just trusted I don't know. Even though there was an answer, even if I don't know, it's not really the 23rd gate voice. It's not really the voice of this, I don't believe. How are you? I don't believe. How are you? I am here now. Kind of playing with the throat voices, human designish, as I call it. Then I also noticed the WS questions. WS asks questions, yes? And addressing in human design first to what I call the Om, the sacred sounds that are there. It's just the mind is in the habit of already going at it with Hebrew, can, lo, English, yes, no. This articulation, it's part of our physical body, and I notice it with me. The mind likes to produce these sounds, reverb on them, write, reverb on the acoustical view, connect to them, collective plane, individual plane. So I've been introducing it mainly to myself, and I've been kind of enjoying this Nazi band camp of no, this is allowed, this is forbidden, this is okay, this is not. In a game, it's just eventually a game of life. Initiation, responses, voices of the throat, no voices of the throat, question asking, no question asking. It's all in a source, in a way, one and the same, and not one and the same, and not one and the same. So I've been addressing it in about a couple of years while I was in. Actually, it's interesting to connect to this time measurement design birth date, 25th November or so. It was 24th, 25th, but the design so-called birth date 2019 in the shop. One of the things I got was these 4 coins. I didn't invent those words, but the combination of whether silence yourself, breathe yourself, you are simple, you are complex, you are silence, you are breath, you are simple, you are complex, and hooking it up on human design, because it was part, I was already not so much in this era of identification, skill-wise, survival-wise, conditioned realm of gate 16. Again, human design. Maybe we'll play here with this one time. Maybe we'll just figure it out. So identified with Vipassana, yoga, IT, but it's all one and the same. It just seems different. It just seems this is just not no ordinary triangle and pipes and lines and numbers, but it is. If you close your eyes, you try to describe it. Okay, then we open them. It's part of it. And I play this game. And it is playing me. So in this intro, kind of prior to me perhaps going at the some kind of George Carlin, Rao, Jiddu Krishnamurti, let's see the questions and the I don't knows there, and other aspects that come in mind in this journey that I let AOTs, associations of thoughts, they go very different acoustically to convey this. When the mind is in the left oriented, focused, I gotta give you something. You gotta get something. The mental survival, a desire for specific thought to be on this side or that side. Conditioning many of us, if not, let's say all, in this evolution towards the on the surface so-called opinion, but eyes, seeing clearly, shaping the letters, especially in the visual aspect of that. It's also got to do to how we shape and sharp each other, that to get to speak English, or again, it can be Hebrew, Dutch, Hindi, all this what people call native language, and they don't address, or mother tongue, and they don't address the actual tongue prior to mother tongue, or the actual native prior to language, or the language prior to native, however you want to look at it. So I took it from the complex level, where human design really, it was a lot about this, I call it XIO, I don't know, the human design calls it strategy, inner authority, outer authority, is more like a child game, and it's really about picking time and picking on time. However you grasp this sentence, then you return for the reminder and maybe for the remainder of your life with the this and that. So I did take it to play with language, like Raul also mentioned. There's you can write your Ravi Ching, like he did, like Richard Willem translated the I Ching, and Richard Rudd translated the translation of it, and Ratrans, and we're continuing on this lineage, this way or the other. And then one night last year, I actually first started with the Granny Mama Daughter Son Papa Grandpa, which seems to be taking it away from human design, because human design speaks about investigator, hermit, martyr, opportunist, heretic, role model. This is the thing with also change, where it seems to be it's not just a triangle. It's a triangle with numbers inside, and it has its meaning and its language. And then again, we enter the Nazi band camp, because it's in the era, the day and age. Ruth spoke about it in relation to the 15th gate. If you can spot it, I leave it here for those to spot gate 15, the Nazi camp of the collective love for patterns. One of the conditions of mine while looking through the 5th gate nodes, game of words, and then how it goes into 16th gate, and a whole lot of stories can be around it. And after one night, I just sat and I wrote the 384 lines. Okay, wow, okay, I play with Granny Mama Daughter Son Papa Grandpa, and a lot of other associations. Really, it was maybe in one night I just sat and I wrote it. And then actually later I went and I went into the 64 lines, 64 gates, sorry, and with the relation of time and space, and using human design with the tribal aspects and space, and collective individual with timing, and played with it. And I saw, wow, really, after these 7-something years going through so-called partially the eye of the needle of human design, going at it with something that seems different. It's just same letters. But with many people, it annoys, it triggers something. Actually, it's more on the, I don't know if to say, well, you can figure it out for yourself. It's on the collective realm, or the tribal one. One protects material and space, and the collective, the framework of time. An individual bursts bubbles, present, both of space and both of past and future. So with much further kind of always further ado, I'll go to see, and maybe this time, let's see. So there were kind of responses around. Also, this thing triggered me in. Let's see if it's here. About I went actually to develop rotation time. I somehow came across the Reddit of human design, and also pulling birth data to play with in rotation time. And again, rotation time is more of these coins, regardless of I Ching, complex I Ching, simple I Ching. Also, breathing I Ching and silence I Ching, or silence I Ching and complex I Ching, simple I Ching, or breathing mosquito. Different associations: silence mosquito, complex mosquito, simple mosquito. So it's kind of playing with the language for me, and again, the aspect of calculating the time here was more another part of installation, and then getting to, after all these, after 7+ years into the so-called experiment since 11th July 2015, bumping human design in a workshop in Amsterdam, where my mind believed it goes to, or thought it goes to a permaculture lecture all across from East Amsterdam to West. And yeah, happening to bump to this to human design fractally, and then after, well, in 2022, I got a room where I'm staying now, at least, and I sat and I was interested in playing with this, so taking the information, learning or experimenting with development, code development in Flutter. So, and I've been sharing it here and there, and actually dropping from birthday at times, and then coming back to it. So, and in the app, it has its connection to the yin and yang, to human design, to and the ability to offer it to some people, whether they took the code on online and made their own manipulation on this open source, or the using their own words, keynotes, to trust it, because there's a lot of backlash in this end of cross of planning into the keynote of certified. Certainly, all this aspect, it's part of a realm based on tribal themes, and yeah, and again, for good or bad, logic has its reasoning. Tribe got nothing to do with the reasoning, how the space operates. So this is an intro prior to getting at these questions here, that because it's a game. I was intrigued with numbers since I was born, whether as born before Yaniv Ginton or born before Mr. I don't know, or because what's your name? I don't know. And sometime I was hooked to the name Yaniv, and then to the name I don't know, and then I'm not hooked to I don't know. It's just one answer that I learned, a game of that. And so even this aspect with charts and numbers and all of that. So whether looking at George Carlin and Raor Ruhu, maybe I'll get at it with this their charts in next episode. There were questions here. I really don't know. Maybe I'll read all of that here. Some are observations, the ability to spot a dot, or or a habit to write in a certain way, me included, to get a message across. The ease to identify, the ease or easy or ease or hardship to identify, recognize, conditioned or not, a question mark, and how the mind is still kind of, I look at it more as a pressure, as a theme of questions. Let's go back to we do not know. It used to be also the playground of the Sleeping Phoenix, and the theme of questions. Theme of questions. But again, question can be also an answer, a way of expression, but I'm still okay with I don't know meditation and those themes. So whether like quickly spotting an initiation, a frustration, mind, and in the logical side, mind attempts to resolve it quick, let's identify, get it, answer, and it's again, until it doesn't matter in a way. And when it matters, it does. So questions and learning to read, for good or bad. There is one question here, maybe we'll spot it. Just watching it, how I might interpret it's partially what I say now. Elaborating, can you, and yeah, some other aspects. Game of life continues. This is an intro, as always. There's almost all the time intros. Maybe even if we'll go to, this cross with Quarter of Mind and entering the Quarter of Mind and the Quarter of Mind, going through it, talking because one can, writing because one can, in all different kind of unique way, conditioned way. So this is another intro to the relative connection of George Carlin, so similar to Rauru on many levels. And I did look at it as I bumped into someone speaking Rauru Rauruhuish, sense you, sense who more, sense who less, sense who less, sense you more. Splenic ego manifester in Amsterdam who got initiate me into this human design, two manifestors. So this is an intro. As I keep mentioning, be, breathe, some may say breath, earn, we don't know, and we provide insignificant solutions to non-existing problems. Miss B, breathe, earn. I didn't put it eventually on the website. We took it off and on and off and on, and I just put it here again. She's more in charge of the actual silence of the mind. And the speech is not mental. Miss B and Mr. I don't know that we looked at partially. Yes, sometimes I like to, maybe next video we'll do like copy all of this aside because of all this annoying moment, allowing me to handle expectations, all this. Good. Mr. I don't know and Miss B. Yeah, maybe other stuff are here. These are just mental stuff. The aspect of rotation time, silence, to breath. Breath. Inhale, exhale. Too simple. Simple, breathe, silence. Simple. Too complex. Complex. Silence, breathe, inhale, exhale. Simple, complex. To end. Be, I don't know. And to begin. Okay, this is part of the journey. We'll see what comes up with this. Maybe wherever it goes with me, I'll go about it acoustically. It's a different, more longer, half an hour than attempt to write concisely, even on the side that is logic. Even on the side that is logic, or the side that makes no sense. But this can be also very logic. A.A. Milne and yeah, or the side. So, yeah, this aspect of AOT's associations of thoughts, and there's just life happening, and partially again the role of human design on this path, moving to end with, I don't know, meditation. Some people that I met, they were really okay with even just going with I don't know, and not with, okay, birth data, what's your birth data, I don't know, just going on with their life. It's just not on my path so much. Same as part of my postures go through the yoga world, this is all of this. No change, no difference really between yoga, human design, I don't know, meditation, rotation time, you, me, and there is. And let's change for a moment. So in this abstract mind, this abstract mind, and where, yeah, also abstract logic, getting things out like that in the world in specific way. I saw it when I worked in IT, computers, where again, identifications with things. What do you do? I don't know. Oh, now this is rotation. This is human design. This is Pinky and the Brain, or the Forest of Pooh, and Piglet, and so on and so forth. So, introduction, as questions are an option, a head theme, again, or maybe not. For me, I'm okay. I noticed when I ask, and connecting it to human design, looking through it in the openness most of the time with my own world, and then when I meet others, there's expression, recognized and ready to go, ready and recognized to go, and trusting what goes into me and out, or actually very in yin, and even though it seems acoustic, it goes out. This is more of the aspects of description, blah 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 blah. Rotation time for this introduction, George Carlin. Let's see what comes, and if related to those charts, as the coin keeps shifting, silence, breath, simple, complex. You may like to look at it as generator, projector, reflector, manifester, respond, be invited, sample, lunar cycle, manifest, initiate, impact, and it goes. Maybe here you'll catch it quicker, slower. Breath, simple, complex, silence, and relating it, because 4 is 4 is 4, where 4 is 4 is 4, projector, penetrating aura, recognize invitations, reflector, sampling, Teflon aura, lunar cycle, manifester, impact, initiate, repelling aura, generator, respond, black hole, enveloping aura, and so on and so forth. And if it was also too fast, complex. Silence. Breath. Simple. Until the coins, the figures of speech, they also vanish, including acoustically. Yeah, in all different kind of senses. And as you get your own version. Yeah, last image I took Saturn for a trip. Mr. I don't know kind of looked at Saturn, and with people that I meet, we meet, kind of encouraging to keep on walking your path. Uh, Collective is doing its role. Frameworks. Tribe doing its work. Roles. Space. Money. Space. Money. Space. Not just money, but often it's really, really in our day and age associated with that and its traits, what it brings. Already again, words. Rotation time, this episode for now, I don't know if to calculate it. The fourth already, or the first in the sign of quarter of mind perhaps, or this title of so similar but different. George Carlin, so similar to Rauru on many levels. We'll see about it. Rotation time.